People meme about how installing programs on Linux is so complicated and takes many steps. It can be really simple. Open a software manager, look up the desired application and click install. That's it. I should be able to end the video right here. Or maybe there is something else. Sometimes the software manager isn't a good option for downloading something. Maybe the program isn't listed on the graphical tool. Then you may have to use the terminal. The typical way to install from there is that you start with sudo, which gives you admin permissions, then whatever package manager is in your distro. It is apt for Debian, DNF for Red Hat, Pacman for Arch, Zipper for SUSE. Figure it out yourself. Then the install command for the manager, typically install, followed by the program name. These steps until now only work if the program comes packaged for the distro. Sometimes it is not provided just like that. Here is where you likely have to go web browsing. You may have to add a repository, which tells the system where to look for the program. Fortunately, what you have to do should be written on the web page, but here is where the commands get a bit more complicated. How do you tell the average user that gbq import options import show ets apt keyrings org ask org pub getline gsub brackets slash circumflex plus vertical line plus dollar slash comma quotes? Something to note is that when installing programs that are packaged for the distro, you will depend on what's in the distro repositories. Unless you're on a rolling release system, the packages will be locked to how they were added to the distro. You will not get updates apart from security and minor bug fixes. An older distro will have all native programs also outdated. On Windows, you can install and use basically any exe, though there are exceptions too. On Windows, basically everything is an exe. On Linux, just the file formats are pretty diverse. There are distro native packages from which the program is installed. These are deb for Debian and RPM for Red Hat. These are meant for their distro family only and are incompatible with each other. It is probably possible to install the contents of one on another distro, but it's not supported. To create a package format that can be used everywhere, there is Flatback. On any distro that has a Flatback backend available, you can run updated Flatback editions of applications. As Flatpak programs are run in its own little environment, it can be run and updated independently of the system files and have less of a chance to mess up your system, but as such might not have the best performance or integrate with the system as well as a native program. There is also Snap, another universal package format by the makers of Ubuntu, but it's a more proprietary and closed environment. It's reported to have worse performance and it has its file system quirks, so I don't really see a reason to prefer snaps or flatbacks on desktop Linux on home computers. When you download the program off of the website, it might come as the aforementioned deb or RPM that you can unpack using the graphical software manager or in the terminal with apt or DNF. If a company releases a commercial proprietary product for Linux, it's likely for Ubuntu, which is a reason why I'm keen on using Debian or something based on that. Other formats programs can come in general include app image, which is the application in a single file, so you can put it anywhere. It's very portable. It can even come as x86 executable, which is like the most plain executable in binary code. Sometimes the program comes in a compressed archive, like targs, also known as tarball, which apparently means gasoline in the ocean. You can extract it like other compressed folders, but it's up to the creator to explain how to run or install the program from the folder, so good luck figuring that out. You might even have an install script that you run in the terminal and then it works all the necessary files out. If the program is not available as a compiled downloadable, but it is open source, you can go to its GitHub page and build it straight from the source code. So you better start learning C2 crosses and project management. Hopefully there are instructions to compile it on the page, but imagine giving all these directories with the source code somewhere in it to a beginner and being like, do what you have to do. But don't act like it's so much better on Windows. People are just more used to it. You'd have to look up the official website on the internet, find the downloads in there, trust that it's a real application and not some malware, download the installer and go through all the steps in the installer, then locate the program or hopefully desktop where menu shortcuts are made. Ultimately, it's not better than just clicking install on a graphical software manager, which should be enough most of the time.